Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Boom, boom. Chicka, chicka. Hey, welcome back to part 2 of HuWn Wanderer. I'm Ultraviolent 4. We're on Dungeon 5 at the moment, and you might wonder why we're only level 6 on a species that gains experience quickly. And the reason for that is because near the end of the last one we made a major sacrifice. Actually, it's called an immense sacrifice, such that we may gain great power, and we sacrifice 2 levels of experience, which also means at max level we can only get to 25. Which, the great power we got took us to 2 points of piety with Rue. So we get enemies have a chance to miss their attacks or hexes or even spells, and they also get a chance to hit themselves or other enemies around them. We also noticed, or maybe you didn't, but we have a berserkitis mutation, which is, it is really bad, but it's also probably not terrible. I don't know. I mean, it could kill us, but I also think it's probably not horrible in this early stage of the game, because the main means we have for killing stuff is just hitting it with a sword or dagger of venom anyway. So going berserk kind of helps us. If I want to try to get rid of it, we only have one other potion of mutation, and if we do that, we risk rolling one that's even worse, like teleportitis. Would probably be the worst. Or we could even keep it and then get frail as well, or something like that. So for now, I'm going to keep it, and if it, I don't know, if it nearly kills us, then maybe I'll reconsider that. But in the meantime, let's get going. Play some more crawl. Quokka zombie. So I'm switching between my 2 weapons. Ooh, there's a centaur. It saw me. We're kind of in the open here. The closest place for me is to run around this corner, but that's 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles. Otherwise, it's roughly the same to run at the centaur, but then I don't know what's behind it. So I think we just need to back up. It really hurts though. Alright, now let's go at him. There's a second one. Okay, so that's partly why you didn't want to run at him, because then you would have been in the open with 2 centaurs. Getting 2 centaurs at the same time on D5, that's quite extraordinary. Could quaff agility. That's really the only option we have here. Otherwise we could teleport, but the situation's probably not that dire. The dream would probably be if we triggered our berserkitis here. Let's see how we go. Okay, yeah, this isn't going well. Let's quaff agility. And I think... Okay, so he got confused. That's very handy for us. Oh dear, okay. We're on 16 HP. This guy can do up to 10. So that's... we can take 2 shots. So let's slowly go. We've gone to 12, so we can still take 1 more. At which point, I guess we call for curing. I think we're alright. Okay, good. Alright. Oh, there's an ogre. Please don't see us. I don't really want to run this way to get away from the ogre, because, again, don't know what's in this unexplored area. Could be even more centaurs. Fortunately, we managed to... what's that thing called? Heal back up. Alright, let's... I want to see what this shortbow is. It's an enchanted shortbow. Could be cursed and minus, but we have removed curse, so it's not a huge deal if it is. And also, I'm just trying to remember what's in this book. Some earth spells. Okay. A curse minus 1 shortbow. Okay. Not that good. So we'll drop that. We'll drop the arrows. Will I drop the arrows? We'll definitely drop the Ring of Loudness now that we just uncursed that. Drop this shortbow. But maybe I don't mind picking up this one. Let's see. Is this cursed too? No. as a human, we can do anything. I guess a +0 short bow isn't that amazing, but I can still have it as a means to shoot things at ranged. It's like this guy. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, so the ogre can two-shot us with max rolls, but because we have a dagger of venom, we can, like that, hit him, poison him, and then just run him around. And then if the poison runs out, then we'll just try to nick him again. Okay, he got slowed. But he could kill us with another shot, so I think I just run. And we head for the upstairs. Alright, the reason I didn't immediately go back up is because I thought the ogre might still run at us, in which case we'd be able to maybe finish him off with an arrow or two, but he did not. Poison needles, have we seen a blowgun? Don't think so, no. Okay. Oh, he died, he ticked out to the poison. Oh, that's great. I thought he was not quite going to get there. Okay, a wand of disintegration. I feel like that's worth IDing in the early game here. It checks MR to do its damage, but things in the early game won't have very good MR, so it's a good way to take out uniques or even just things like ogres. Or say we'd seen those centaurs before, that would have been a decent way to do it. Nothing else to ID. I could train some evocations, but I feel like a wand of disintegration isn't really that amazing. I personally don't love evocations that much, so you need to make it really worth my while if I'm gonna go into that school. He is resistant to poison, right? Yeah. I still haven't quite wrapped my head around the whole demon thing, because it used to be that they were immune to poison, so them being only resistant always takes me by surprise. A book of changes. This would allow us to go into transmutations and basically be a transmuter. Best when you're unarmed, which I don't really want to do now. We've invested 7 skill points into Longblades, so I'm happy to be there. Alright, definitely don't want to fight Pikel and all his slaves. Let's just have a look at disintegration. See, it's about a 70% chance. So I can come to the stairs first, and then we can try to shoot him a bit. And we did half, there you go. In 2 goes it got him. A whip of flaming, okay. If that were a lek, I might have been tempted to pick it up. A bookshop, this is very interesting. Alright, let's check these out. So Fenfolio has a bunch of different things. There's a bit of necromancy, a bit of summoning, a bit of transmutation. Curious. A book of battle. This is one of my favorite books. I really like Spectral Weapon. I also quite like Song of Slaying, and Regeneration is always very good too. We have the less good Hexes book. That one's, it's a pretty lackluster book. Conjurations. So this is giving us a lot of options as far as, what are those things called? Starting books. So this is the wizard book. You can mark that. It has a lot of utility in it. Blink is really good, as is Conjure Flame and Mephitic Cloud. We've got the Book of Misfortune. I think that is also a lesser hex book, but it still has Confuse in it, so that's pretty good too. Lots of options here. Dreams has Shadow Creatures, so that would be the summoning route. Book of Flames is again the fire route, and the Poison Handbook is the Venom Mage route. So this is giving us a chance to be a Scald, a Transmuter, a Wizard, kind of a Enchanter but not really, or a Fire Elementalist or a Venom Mage. This is kind of perfect for HuWn because very adaptable. But it's perfect but not perfect because it's giving them all to us at once. So if it had just been one of these, I would have been like, yeah, great. But it's kind of like, you must pick from 6 at once. I guess one consideration is how much gold we have right now, which is not a lot. So we can't actually afford most of these. The only ones we could buy right now are minor magic, changes, which I already ruled out, and misfortune. I don't know. I think I want to, as at a minimum, clear this floor. It seems to often be the case that when you find one shop on a floor, there quite often seem to be more. I don't know whether that's actually true or that's just confirmation bias, but that's something I have noticed. Here's a chainmail. We checked out the plate mail before, but that's a heavier one than this, so this might be better. So we're 613, which is 19 total, and chainmail is 8-9, which is 17 total. But it's more AC. Probably better just to have the ring mail. Hey, a new book. A Book of Power. This is the high level conjuration type stuff. This makes me think that maybe the better way to do this would be to go the Book of Fire and then become like a fire / conjuration type mage. Is that true? Maybe. I'm not sure. We'll clear the floor. We'll think about it. I don't know if that's true though. It certainly means we wouldn't have to worry about our berserkitis. Eustachio, he's marked as red. He can blink and summon enemies and minor demons. The thing you have to be really wary of is that he surrounds you with summons in a hallway and then just blinks away. And then you're trapped fighting all the summons. While he sometimes just summons even more. But I don't know, he didn't chase us, he just sort of ran away. And now he's hurt, so he looks like he fought some slaves. Let's go the same plan. We will terminate his reign with extreme prejudice by... Wow. He did most of his health in that one go there. I'm just going to read this scroll. It was silence, okay. I'm a bit sad I didn't ID that. Okay, so we didn't find any more shops. I don't know that that helped me. Because I could be training bows. That's 2 orc priests at once. I'm going to take one up with me. We actually just one-shot him. That's sick. Okay. Oh, there's our berserkitis. So let's go. We tab. I really don't know what I want to do with this character. Because I could see one way. The way that my usual playstyle preference would go would be to get minor magic for blink, get the Book of Battle for those spells I said before, and then probably the Young Poisoner's Handbook for Ogrebs. They're some spells that I really like. It might be more powerful though to go into Flames and then the Conjuration Book, Book of Power. This book is insane. It has Battle Sphere, Venom Bolt, Iron Shot, Auto Destruction, and Spellforged Servitor. All of those are insane. I skipped Bolt of Magma because, I mean, it's a bolt spell if you don't have any others, but it's not. It's the worst bolt spell, I would say. I'm going to check out this Rune Leather armor. It might be +2 of poison resistance, or +1 leather. That takes us to 18 though. Not as good. The fire resistance isn't anything special. I'd rather just have extra protection. These are poison tomahawks. They're really good. I'm gonna quiver those. It's basically, yeah, this feels like a HuWn game. I'm just picking up all this random assortment of stuff. We'll pick up armors from leather up to plate armor. Oh, I didn't notice I had an artifact amulet. We've got a bunch of different weapon types. We're picking up throwing implements, several different books of things. I don't know, where's this character going? I'm not sure. I want to ID this amulet though. It's got plus rage and strength plus 4. Guess I may as well wear it. So that's a 45% chance to succeed. Because my character started off with 1 evocation skill. I was wondering, because normally just at 0 it's 50% to fail. But that means I can do a controlled berserk. That's pretty good. I don't know. For the moment, I think I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. I still don't have the gold to do the fire plan anyway. So there's not a huge hurry to decide on that. He has a new scroll, which I'm going to read. Amnesia. I feel like I'm just going to Amnesia Sandblast. Drop these stones that I'm carrying. And he had a Trident and Protection. Plus 2 Trident and Protection. At this point I've invested 8 skill points in long blades. I don't know, this, because we got Spectral Weapon, which is, Spectral Weapon is very, very good with polearms. I don't know what to do. It's too hard. There are too many things. Where'd you go? Alright. I've got to be a bit afraid of the Orc Warrior. I'm going to shoot him with my... Actually, why don't I just try random effects and let's just see how we go. We slowed him. Okay, while he's slowed we can probably... Let's take him up. We can probably just poison him to death. Okay. That really hurts. But he's slowed and poisoned, so we can just walk away. He should tick out. What was that? Enchanted Broadaxe, okay. I thought it was an... Oh, we got slowed. That's alright. I thought it was an artifact axe that he had. Is our Zerkitis triggering? Seems to be fine. Do I want to go axes? No, I don't. No axes. There's a... What's the name of that thing where you have too many options such that you can't decide? Analysis paralysis or something like that? I feel like that's what's going on here. I don't know what I want to do. Reach level 9. Okay, I guess this is sort of making us make a decision. I feel like with the spell books we've found, we'll want to do some level of spells. As in, even if it's just the Book of Battle, I'd like to go Spectral Weapon and those spells, rather than just go all in heavy armor and not cast any. So I think that means with 21 strength already, although that's not quite true, our base attribute's actually only 12. I forgot, we've got several items with strength on it. But I still think that lets me wear a Fire Dragon armor just fine. So I think I go int here. I just accept that we're probably casting some level of spells. And when you are a spellcaster, you pretty much always want to go int. Alright. So that hurt. He got blinded though, which means his shots to hit us and now can miss, but he still can hit. So I think I just want to disintegrate him. That's probably the best way to do it. There you go, just blows him up in one. That one value point of evocation skill. Oh, okay, that's multiple eels. Unfortunately, I walk slowly over water, so I don't know if I'm about to die. I think at least this top right one, because this is land, can't follow me. So if I just walk back, the one at the bottom can. Oh no, they're both the same thing. It's trapped by the, okay, by the sand there. So yeah, it's not gonna chase me. And I'm being inundated with phone notifications. Sorry. Okay, so I think I want to head around the top and try to get these eels one at a time. Eels are really scary at this stage of the game. Okay, I want to be backing up. So he's on my edge of vision here. So if I get hit really hard by a lek, I can then move one tile and be out of vision. But yeah, particularly if you get multiple eels at once. I think I should just be disintegrating him. Ooh, yeah. Oh, hello Centaur. I don't want to run at him because there is a D7 ugly thing. What in the world? And I can't really run because if I run from the Centaur, he's just going to shoot me. Why is there a D7 ugly thing? I feel like I haven't spent this long on the floor that it should be out of depth timer. Have I? Doesn't seem like it. So what can I do here? We've got eels, ugly things, and centaurs all at the one time here on D7. We don't have any of our actual real abilities yet, so that's not going to help us. We could teleport. We have 3. What if we land next to 3 electric eels though? I think that's better. So I think I start fighting the centaur. Oh, I'm playing with fire here. If our Berserkitis triggers, we might just die. Don't have any useful potions. It's really just teleport. Okay. The Centaur's pretty sick. I feel like he might time out now. So I think we read a teleport. Okay, and we start walking away. Good. We've landed over here. Don't see any eels though. I want to be heading back. Oh, there's a hatch up. That's good. I feel like I really want to save these disintegration shots now. Now that there's an ugly thing over there. So let's go random effects against Soga. Okay, he's drained. Good, we can finish him off. Here's the ugly thing. Check the Wand of Disintegration. Has a 50-50 shot. So it's probably worth at least trying to kill him. And if it doesn't work, then we can go back upstairs. I could also try random effects. Through the plant, maybe? No. I'd have to roll specifically. No, we can do it. I'd have to roll Ice Blast or the Fireball. No, didn't work. Okay. Alright, let's try 50-50 on Disintegration. Failed. Failed. We need to go back up. Because I think even if I hit now, 1 is not going to be enough. We're going to need multiple to hit. So we've got 4 charges still. What a devilish D7. Let's eat something. And there was a potion shop over there too. So that might be another place we want to spend our money. I don't like the Howler Monkey here. Or the whole pack of them actually. Because the noise is maybe going to attract it. What are we going to do? I definitely do not want to fight the ugly thing at the same time as some eels. Maybe I just go downstairs. I would really like to go into the potion shop though. Okay. Another wand. Wand of flame. That sort of helps, but not really. If I stay around the stair, so I can at least go up again if it fails. We could keep trying to fight it. A ring of wizardry is really good. That will help us when and if we actually decide to go one of these books. Maybe I should just get Blink. Yeah, I feel like I should. Because I'm sitting here not committing to one anyway, when I could just get Blink, train a little bit of translocations, and then have something that will really help our survivability. It's even at, because we got the wizardry ring, it's even at 20% right now, without having trained any. But I'm going to even focus translocations right now. Cool. So let's do a bit of yelling. Maybe we can get this ugly thing to come. No, but I see an eel somewhere over there. Ah, here's a good trick. Well, he's going to shoot me through the plants. That's not so good. And there are two, but that's still okay. The trick is that wands of flame absolutely destroy electric eels. Well, that guy moved out of it. He was clever. I still don't think we can go down there though with two of them. And the reason for that is because you make steam. And the steam, not only does it sometimes block your line of sight between you and the eel so it can't shoot you, but when the eel sits in the steam, it dies. So yeah, wand of flame if you've got them. Use them on eels. We got two again. This is so hard here because they're behind the plants. They can shoot through them, but I can't. And again, I can't go to that stair. What a nightmare. If I could just get the ugly thing, I'd feel much safer about this floor. We can go to the hatch. Okay, we got it. I'll yell. Try to get it to come to me. It's a bit dangerous because they move faster than you. There's a hippogriff. I feel like we are definitely proccing the out of depth timer. So maybe I have just spent a lot of time on this floor. I feel like what I want to do here is keep my falchion out and we'll see if we can evoke Berserk Rage. Nope. And then we got shot. So I'm going to go back down. Same thing. Okay, we got it. Alright. I feel like we can fight this stuff with Berserk Rage. The hippogriff is not as scary as the ugly thing is. Although still quite scary. Oh, there it is. Alright, let's go disintegration. Basically 50-50 shot. Failed again. Failed again. So we're 0 from 4 right now. Why don't I try random effects? So just... No. We puffer flamed it and it's a red one. So it's resistant to fire. Nope. Having no luck. I guess I could put... Oh, he's in the open. Okay, quick, let's get him. Okay, he's sitting in the steam, so he's gonna die. Cool. I could put on the robe, the leather armor, I mean of fire resistance, and then maybe I could berserk him. But I still feel like that's really dangerous. See if I can get him. Yes, I got him to come up the top again. Good. Wand of flame, strong. And yeah, I know there are more eels down here. Okay, let's see. Got him. Translocations to 2, so our blink is now 9%. And we got even more eels. And even more eels. There's our ugly thing. You're gonna yell at it, and again we're gonna start heading back towards the upstairs. Is it coming? Nope. I feel like this character isn't that stealthy. There's no stealth trained. So what's going on? Even more eels? Okay. And we've got eels chasing us too. So this is not happening. Let's just go back up. What is going on? I'm 0 for 5 on disintegrating that guy at 50% chance. Alright, let's go again. We actually got him. And then where are you? He's stuck with water. So in that case, why don't we... There's really not much point shooting him with flame. Well, for one, we've only got one shot left, but secondly, there might be more eels. And he's resistant to fire as a red one. So I guess we can try random effects. If I haste him, I'm pretty close to the stairs. Are you coming? What is he doing? Okay, here we go. Random effects. The fireball, which does nothing. Okay, we slowed him. What if I try a net? Okay, we got it. Now let's try to Zerk. We got him. Okay, let's go. Oh boy. The D7 ugly thing. Would not recommend. Okay, let's try to actually do this floor before we actually get killed by this out of depth timer. Okay, potions. I immediately want the HuWns. Question here, do I want another heal wounds to have 2? Or do I want to get a potion of invis as well? Probably just more heal wounds. I'm also going to mark mutation, resistance, cancellation, and the might. Basically everything here is pretty good. The magic as well, if we actually do become a fire guy. Oh, there are even more eels. That's too much eels. Okay, this guy's really nearly dead. Can we random effects him for the win? We rolled flame. So lucky. Even more eels. This one, I don't want to fight him from there. That's a really awkward position. We've got new monsters spawning. If he comes right up to the edge, I don't mind fighting him in melee, but I don't want to be somewhere where I can't retreat, and I can get double zapped. What is going on with this floor? We've got even more stuff spawning. Any second now, I'm expecting the fire dragon. Here's an enchanted scimitar. Have my remove curse handy because these are often cursed, but white weapons are also often very enchanted. A +4 scimitar. Okay, yep. So that's going to be our weapon now. I like that, the +4 scimitar, even over the poison dagger probably. Cool. And eels. More eels. Can we get it to come? No. Oh, there it is. I want to start backing off so we don't just randomly die to it. Can we random effects? Slowed it. Paralyzed. Oh, please don't unparalyze. Good. I thought that I saw the red. I thought it was the fire giant. Got a hungry ghost. This is just the never-ending D7. Another hippogriff. We are stronger now. We have a better weapon. We can just fight him. Translocations to 4. That puts our blink at 3%. I think that's fine. Do I want to train a bit more spellcasting just in preparation? Probably not. These other spells, I could learn Conjure Flame from this book. That's probably... I feel like that's another good utility spell to have. And again, it leaves our path open to go Fire Mage. So yeah, let's do that. Let's get Conjure Flame. And let's turn on Fire Magic and Conjurations. We don't have to train that much to get it going with our Wizardry Ring. Yeah, we finally did D7. Wow, that was rough. Question here, 2 questions. One, we've just been offered a new sacrifice. Second question, do we want to eat these chunks to try to get rid of Berserkitis? How many do we get? Only 1. Alright, let's just do it. We got our mute. That's pretty good. Alright, let's see what our things that we got. Alright, so we got Sacrifice Skill again, which drops all our attributes by aptitudes by 1. Apparently it's an incredible sacrifice, but it only takes us to 3 stars. Again, like before, on a species that's not particularly good at anything, like a HuWn, I feel like this sacrifice of skill is really punishing. You're becoming almost like a demigod, but you don't actually have demigod stats. Sacrifice durability can be multiple things. Let's see which one it actually is. It will prevent us from having any ranks in the armor skill. Major sacrifice will also take us to 3. I feel like that's really rough. Not having any armor skill. Unless you're someone who's just in a robe, you probably always want to train armor skill. And Artifice. Incredible sacrifice that will take us to 4 points of piety. We'll lose the ability to evoke any magical items. So it means the main thing here is that our amulet will no longer let us trigger Berserk at will. But I feel like this is probably the one that I want to go. I didn't mention this last time, but you also have the option to reject sacrifices. I'd say particularly for the first couple, if you can, unless you get 3 really horrible ones, try to pick one. Because if you reject them, then Rue takes longer to offer you your next set. I personally like to try to, as quickly as possible, get the piety up. And then after that, you can get more picky once you've actually got something. But especially if you reject the first one, you're now sitting for ages at no stars of piety. Rue is effectively doing nothing for you, so it's like you're not even worshipping a god. So I think it will be Artifice. And this is one where you'll see a vast difference between players, because there are people who love evocations and would think that what I'm doing here is completely unthinkable. But, okay, we just sacrificed evocations, so no ones. I guess we drop these ones here. Goodbye, Disintegration Flame. You were both very useful, but you were out anyway. Drop our random effects. This amulet is still giving us +4 strength. So even though we can no longer choose to do our Berserk Rage, it's still worth having on. And now that we're at 4 piety, we've got a couple of our Rue abilities. The first one is Draw Out Power. It drains you a little bit and makes you exhausted. Okay. So you can, one thing that's really good about this is you can use it while confused. So, pretty good if you're a mummy. But it's a heal that does your health and your magic. Increases with piety and your XL level, I believe, like most of Rue's abilities. Gets rid of nets, webs, constriction, petrification, slow, or confusion. So it's a really good ability. If nothing else, it's a free heal. Well, it's not free because you get drained a little bit, but the drain on this one is not too significant. So it's a fairly spammable heal that also gets rid of confusion. Power Leap. exhausts you and takes 5 magic points, but does not drain you. So this lets you do a leap. I can demonstrate it to you. Lets you do a leap like this, so you can go up to 3 tiles somewhere. You do an explosion where you land, so I guess you can use this as an offensive move where you jump into something. I guess maybe like a centaur or something that's dangerous at ranged, but most of the time I like to use this as an escape ability, so it lets you get away from something. Note that once you're exhausted, you can't use any of these abilities, so you get to pick one. You can't draw out power to heal and then plan on leaping. If you do one until your exhaustion goes away, that's it. Cool. Let's get on with it. We haven't gone very far in this episode. Oh no. Okay. So we've immediately been slowed. Hornets are so bad. At D8. They slow you like this, they poison you really badly. They potentially paralyze you, and they're really fast so you can't run away from them. And to find this vault where we've got 2 of them at once, I'm really afraid. First thing I want to do is step back so I don't have 2 hitting me at once. And now I want to think about, probably I want to quaff an agility. The slow ran out, so that's good. What else can I do? I could teleport away. I could also blink. I feel like it's worth at least attempting the fight, and then if it goes poorly, blink. If our Berserk-itis triggers, that's probably not terrible, because we can probably just kill them. So let's go quaff agility, and then take this slowly. Ooh. We're slowed down and quite poisoned, and we haven't hurt it at all. Could try to net it. Okay, got the net. Broke out. Getting really poisoned. I'm gonna cure. At any point I could draw out power to get rid of this slow, but it's also my heal, so I don't really want to blow my heal just yet. Okay, we got 1, did we? Yep. With the riposte. We riposted and got it. This guy, I think, has been confused. Yeah, well, briefly. Okay, we did it. Now we got double ants. That's such a nasty vault. Yeah, without Agi, we would have had no chance fighting that. Yeah, that's a really, really nasty vault. Particularly if you get it kind of early like this on D8. Especially if you don't have R poison. It's not quite as bad if you do. But still, even with R poison, you can still get paralyzed by those guys. They're really, really scary. How are we going for Conjure Flame? 16%. Alright, so I should remember that we've got the ability to do that. What am I doing here? I don't know. Fighting all this stuff without a backup plan. I'm not sure if that's a great idea. I guess I've got to heal. I can probably fight this stuff considering I can draw out power. Okay, I want to hit the priest, good. Now the wizard, good. Alright, we went okay. Our Berserk-itis triggered on the last enemy. Whoops, I picked up a short sword. I just wanted to check out that dagger. It's a dagger of Holy Wrath. Not too exciting. Alright, I think we're going okay now. Conjure Flame's at 14%. I think I'll keep going. It'd be good to be able to use it without wizardry if we find some new rings. Here's a wyvern. Yeah, okay, we're on D7. It's probably our out of depth timer. Not that a D7 wyvern is that crazy, but it just seems like things are just keep spawning on that floor. He has a longsword of freezing. I want to check that out. Freezing's a really good brand, particularly going into lair, because it slows a lot of enemies in there. It's a +3 longsword of freezing. Scimitar is a better weapon. So it's the same level of skill, 14. Its min delay is the same, I think. Yeah. But if you have a look, so this is +1 accuracy and then 9 base damage. Whereas the scimitar is +0 accuracy but 11 base damage. And your base damage on a weapon is probably the most important factor about it. Also, obviously, how long it takes you to swing. So don't just pick up a giant spike club if you're an ogre on D4 and expect to use it. I think it's probably worth using though, just for the fact that as I just said, a lot of enemies are going to be slowed by it. Let's do this potion, it's flight. Okay. I'm being lazy with my short bow, but like that, I probably should be walking around with it because I can shoot things at ranged. Cool, D8 done. Down to D9. We haven't seen Lair yet, I think. Yeah, that's correct. The Orc Priest tried to smite me, and our aura confused him, or blinded him maybe. Okay, let's check out this glowing ring mail. +3. Sweet. We had a +1 before, so that's really good. I think I'm going to drop the plate armor and the chainmail. I like the idea of going a relatively light armor and sort of going a hybrid style. If not someone who goes ultimately goes heavily into conjurations. Oh, there's a bee. Really don't want to fight a whole bee pack. Good. If we can get them in a hallway, it's okay because of Conjure Flame. So I can do this. And then we can equip our Trident of Protection that we're still carrying. Oh, there's a two-headed ogre. I just want to go upstairs, I think. Do I? Probably. He probably doesn't care. He actually is caring about it. I'm surprised. I didn't think he would worry about it. It's running out though, and we've got no more mana. So I think we just go back upstairs. I want to X that stair out though. Yeah, so we've got more trying floors coming up. I think I'll wrap this episode up here though. It's gonna be, I don't know, a bit of an issue to fight bees and a double-headed ogre at the same time, but we'll try to do it. So if you join me in the next one, we'll do that fight. We'll try to find Lair, and then, yeah, maybe make some more sacrifices. Goodbye.